What's up guys, Val4 here, and I have another speculation video for you guys. This one is going to be focused on the third expansion pack for Star Wars Battlefront, which is centering around the Death Star. Now, Outer Rim just got released, and to be honest, I was not expecting no Walker Assault maps, no 40-player maps. In fact, I was really shocked that we didn't get any of those bigger game modes, since those are the most popular. So, with that being said, I'm still going to incorporate some Walker Assault maps and stuff on these future expansions because I've heard that this was going to be the small DLC pack, and this is where your small game modes are going to come into play. And hopefully, in the future DLCs, that we will get like 2 of each map, like 2 big ones, 2 small ones, kind of like how I've been doing it. But with that being said, these are my thoughts and ideas on what we could see in the Death Star DLC pack. The maps. This one was pretty tricky for me, to be honest. 4 maps centering around the Death Star without having a space map? As always, I would do 2 big maps and 2 smaller maps. It's not confirmed that's what we'll be getting in each DLC pack, but it's just what I believe will happen. I'll also give a hint as to what heroes and villains we could possibly see. Also, there is some speculation that there will be a Rogue One tie-in with this DLC, but nothing's confirmed to make in this video. That being said, let's get started. Starting out with the big maps, I'm saying it. Trench Battle. Fighting above the Death Star with Fighter Squadron has to be a map. Also, let's introduce B-Wings. I love this design. And it would honestly be a space battle, and it's something fans, including myself, are craving. This could possibly be a game mode outside of Death Star to destroy a Rebel Corvette or an Imperial Star Destroyer. It's a little stretch, since there are no space battles, but EA and DICE have been listening so far, and that's a very good thing. As for Walker Assault, I'm still at a standstill. We see in A New Hope that it is possible to breathe outside the Death Star as the Falcon approaches it. Maybe there's some kind of barrier or containment force field that would work. I'm not 100% sure about this, or maybe there just won't be any Walker Assault maps on the Death Star, since AT-ATs are something they usually take to other planets for invasion, rather than defending their own turf. Now for something new and different. A huge interior Death Star map with the rebels starting in the hangar, and their objective is to disable the tractor beam to escape the Death Star. This would be a map with no vehicles whatsoever, 1 big game mode, a 40-player game mode, which is nowhere seen in the moment. We could see huge firefights in open areas and relive classic spots we see in the original trilogy at the same time. This could work well for Supremacy and possibly other game modes as well. And it would add a little bit of variety having a 40-player match and not having to worry about vehicles, massacring you from the air. For the smaller maps, let us fight out of the Detention Block. This could also fit into one of the bigger game maps, but I was thinking as a smaller map, and it would be something nice to see. The lighting and the interior setup for this area is awesome. I would love this map to see multiple layers, as well as leading into the bridge where Luke and Leia swing across. It may be too much to ask, but I would like to see some destructible environments. There may be limitations to it, but maybe just blasting open a door. This could work for all smaller game modes as well.
Everything's under control, situation normal.
What happened?
Had a slight weapons malfunction, but everything's perfectly alright now. We're fine, we're all fine here now, thank you. How are you?
We're sending a squad up.
Negative. We have a reactor leak here now. Give us a few minutes to lock it down. Large leak, very dangerous.
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Boring conversation anyway. Look, we're gonna have company!
The last map would consist of being in the Death Star's Reactor. We've seen this kind of thing in the Force Unleashed games, and while it's not exact of what I'm thinking along those lines, an all-out firefight in these hallways would be absolutely fantastic, and hopefully people can get vaporized by the Death Star beam. Although after hearing the Rancor is just dead in the Outer Rim DLC, that kind of bums me out a little bit. Heroes. Since we are going with themes again, I'm going to say Obi-Wan Kenobi, Alec Guinness. I'm 100% sure he will be in this pack. It would be a missed opportunity if they didn't. He sacrifices himself here. He is responsible for the Falcon being able to leave the Death Star, one of the most important characters from the first movie. Hell, it's his guidance that helped Luke destroy the Death Star. There's no reason why they wouldn't add him in this one. And to be honest, I couldn't think of another character with the theme of the Death Star that they would add for this one. I'm thinking Chewbacca would be added maybe in the last DLC pack, but I don't see him being added here for some reason. It would be nice to see another Force user as well, because right now, only the heroes have one Force user, while the villains have two so far. So it would kind of even out a little bit in that regard. I do not think they're going to add Yoda. I think they will probably save him for Battlefront 2 or the Clone Wars type era. Villains. This is where things get tricky. At first, I didn't know, and I was just thinking of maybe some of the admirals that were on the Death Star or the Star Destroyers. But then I thought, Grand Moff Tarkin. Yeah, I know you're probably thinking, this is the DLC of old characters. Just hear me out. Tarkin is more evil than Vader. In the Tarkin novel, you understand why he's able to boss Vader around. He's an intelligent strategist, and it would be amazing to see him on the battlefield. Tarkin is arguably the main antagonist of the actual first movie. Vader was kind of more of a henchman in those regards. Tarkin gave all the orders. And what about these guys? I don't think a hero spot would be wasted on these guys, but I'd like to see him as a bodyguard for Tarkin? I don't know. I know they were guarding the Emperor in Return of the Jedi, but it seems like maybe they could replace the shock troopers for Tarkin and then have the royal guards for the Emperor. I don't know, it would be really cool to see how they would incorporate them, because I mean they do look pretty cool. So what do you guys think? What kind of maps do you think we'll be getting with the Death Star DLC? What about heroes and villains? It was pretty tricky for me, but I'd love to see what you guys can come up in the comments below. If you like this and you want to see more videos like this, just give it a thumbs up and subscribe. This is Valfora, and I'll see you next time.